So as the first question, can you tell me who you are, who you work for, and what you do?
My name is Kirsty Rigden, and I'm the Operations Director of a studio in Brighton called Futulab. Futurlab are responsible for the Velocity franchise of video games, which you can buy on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. My background's in game design, but I joined Futurlab 6 years ago, and as I'm the most organised one, it turned into more of an operations role, kind of organising everything.
Fantastic. So what we're here to talk to you about today is video games tax relief and the benefit that it can have for games businesses. As the first question I've got, when did you decide that you should be applying for this? What triggered you to apply for video games tax relief?
As soon as they announced it, I'll have some of that, please.
Exactly.
As soon as they announced it, I looked into it and I got in touch with our accountant, Luke, who said it was kind of similar to the R&D credits that we'd already been applying for and successfully getting. So I think we submitted our first claim the year after it came out, actually.
Okay, and what did
so we were one of the first ones.
Sure. What did you have to do to claim video games tax relief? What kind of things, both in terms of the paperwork, what did you have to do on that front, and what kind of things do you have to qualify to get it? Because I've heard that there's like a list of criteria that you need to meet to be able to get video games tax relief.
There are, so there's two parts to it. So there's the cultural test,
Sure.
and then there's the accountancy side.
Okay.
Accountancy side, I go, there you go, accountant. But the cultural test, you have to fill out an online form. I think there's about 23 pages, and you have to, I can't remember how many points there are in total, but you have to claim at least 16 points. And to give you some reference, Velocity 2X was able to claim for 27 points.
Okay.
So
you went straight over that bar. You were clearing right over the top of it, which is fantastic.
So I think a lot of people worry that the games will only be valid if they're like very British, you know, like full of phone boxes and things. But it's not. It's anything from the UK or an EEA state. So that's the whole of the EU, plus Switzerland, Liechtenstein, and
Norway, I think.
Yeah, Norway.
Yeah.
So that's that whole group. So if any of your lead characters are from there, or if any of the levels are from there, then you get some points. But equally, if your character is of an undetermined location, so it might not be human or it might not be specified where the character comes from, you still get the points. Equally, if the location is not determined, so Velocity 2X is set in space, so that qualified because it's not, it's not easily determined where that place is, so it's quite easy to get the points, I would say.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of flexibility, which I think is very beneficial to games businesses. But the other way that it's been beneficial is the fact that if you qualify for it, you can get quite a lot of money back, can't you?
Yes, so it depends on the project and the company as to how much of your overheads are being proportioned to that particular project, etc. But as a rough ballpark, it's 15 to 20% of development budget you get back.
And how did that translate for your company? What did that translate into when you got video games tax relief? How useful was it for what you were doing as a business?
Super, super useful. So we have had 2 successful claims, one last year and one the year before. And both times it's wiped out our corporation tax bill that was due, but both times it has also given us a cheque which has allowed us to pay for our senior artist.
Okay, so that's really significant, isn't it?
Yeah, major significant, especially as we didn't have a senior artist, and now we do, and now it pays for him.
So it seems to be that games tax relief, more than pays out for the time and effort that you're going to put into it. If there's a developer watching this going, how do I get started on this? What's your top tip for them? Google
BFI cultural tax, and then go and have a look at the form. Just click through it all and read all the documentation. I don't think it's laid out in the best way, so what I found useful was to create my own little form within Excel to automatically tot up the points and things like that, because it's a very wordy document and I like to deal in like bullet points and numbers. So, but I would say get the form and just have a go. And then the sooner you do that, the sooner you'll realise how you need to change things.
Sure. Well, thank you very much anyway, and thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.